What's up, he asked me if I bang. I told him I was proud. He said it's all the same. He told
Oh, I'ma do this one for my homies gone. The judge hit the hammer, they ain't coming home. We all are from the danger zone. The devil pulled the cord.
But I can't stand to see another COP take another life of a KID. And I can't stand to see another NUT execution style on the NYPD, LAPD. Everybody frightened, cause when the storm come, anyone can get hit with lightning. Look at them, they all looking in the eyes. They're like, oh shit, these motherfuckers looking surprised. Trust me, from Ho to 50 cents, they all know. When they come to Wyclef, it's a natural flow. Don't sleep, cause I play the guitar.
Oh, I'ma do this one for my homies gone. The judge hit the hammer, they ain't coming home. We all are from the danger zone. The devil pulled the card and he said choose one. I chose music, my homies chose, yeah. Some of my ballers chose the in me, yeah. Cuz was on the block, man, they gangbang. Funeral parlors making all the change.
I feel like I'm at the Apollo Theater. I love Whitney. Hold on. So on that record, a lot of people are saying, my love is your love, and your love is my love. And then they all does. And then I'm a thug, and all does. So you know I'm Haitian. So they go up to me and say, yo, Clef, man, what's that line, man? I know it's a Haitian line, right? And I'm like, no, the change is Amistad. I was watching the movie Amistad. You know, that's how that came out. Real quick, Michael Jackson. So, real talk. So me, you know, in the hood, we pranksters. So no matter where we go to, we keep that pranksters in the same crew. So I'm a prankster. And I get a phone call and it's like, hello? I'm like, yeah, what up? Yo, this is Michael Jackson. I'm looking for Wyclef. Click. I'm thinking my dudes is pranking me. Calls back. Hello? Yeah, what it was? Well, this is Michael Jackson. I'm looking for Wyclef around here in Asia. I said, oh shit! Michael fucking Jackson's on the phone! Now I'm tripping, I'm trying to stay calm, you feel me? And Michael tells me he's coming to New York and he's coming to see me at Sony studio in Manhattan. Now dig, man, I remember being in the projects, man. And like the first black person I saw on MTV was Michael freaking Jackson, right? I'm telling you, I got Jerry curls before dreadlocks, man. Burnt that perm just to see this dude. So here you go, Sony studio, back elevator. I get the call from Skip, Michael Jackson's bodyguard. I'm in the studio with a lot of my friends. Brooklyn, Jersey, but you know how we move, the hood is always with me. So Michael Jackson bodyguard says to me, Clef, you gotta clear the studio. Michael Jackson's coming, clear the studio. Now I gotta look at my cousins, you know, original Shatta gang them, and say, yo boy, you know, Michael Jackson, I come to the studio now, you know, nobody got in the studio, so I know for going. So now how am I going to translate that? So I look at my man and I'm like, yo man, you know, Michael Jackson bodyguard just called, and you guys gonna have to go because Michael told me to. Michael Jackson, I say what? I'm blood clot Michael Jackson, I tell you clear the studio. And Michael Jackson don't put no money in me blood clot. Now while I'm arguing with him, I look in the back elevator, it's Michael Jackson coming. Mask in his face, Skip, his bodyguard is in the front of him. Yo, I remember he opens this door, right? Yo fam, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, yo. This is like, I felt like I was 6 years old. And all of my dudes that was in the studio with me, you know, a lot of them are dead now, God bless the dead. Most of them are locked up. Only 2 are left out. They looked at me, and the one that was talking that shit, yo, he turned to a little kid. He ran up, he said, blood clot Michael Jackson! And you know, Michael still got the mask, he's looking, you know, frightened. I go into the other room, Michael starts to talk to me. I said, bro, you're gonna have to take the mask off so I could see we could communicate. And he says to me, man, he says,
you know, I was in Asia and I heard this song. It came on. It was like Gone to November, Gone to November. And I saw the symphony and I was like, God, I gotta do music with this guy. He says, you remind me of this guy from Jamaica who used to smoke a lot of stuff. And I thought he was talking about Bob Marley. He was talking about Peter Tosh. So I got a chance to be in the studio with Michael Jackson. So what I wanted to share with y'all, Michael Jackson, this is what I learned from him. When we was listening to the music, he started doing the entire beat with his entire body. So just because you producers don't play instruments, don't let no one tell you nothing if you don't play, because the symphony lives inside of your head. Michael Jackson played no instruments, but he knew exactly what to tell the musicians. So once again, I want you producers to understand the key to success is imagination as you're producing. So I just wanted to share that with you.
So Whitney Houston, man, all you producers out there, the most important thing I want you to remember, when you're working with female artists, it's very important, right? My success is the fact that when you see they at the top of their game, what makes you a good producer is you have to be able to communicate with them as a coach, right? So in order for you to take it to the championship, you got to give them the play and trust for them to play, you dig? So I get the call from Clive Davis. He wants the song from Whitney Houston. I'm nervous as hell. I sit on the piano and I'm like, my love is your love and your love is my love. You know, I get that call from Clef. Says Whitney loves the song. Now, when I was in the hood, I used to listen to Whitney singing, I believe the children of the future. So I'm about to go in the studio with this woman. This is what makes this story unique. It was Whitney, it was her daughter, and it was Bobby Brown. Let me tell y'all the secrets about that record. So when y'all hear it, and even Clive Davis understand this because I didn't tell him till afterwards. The people that sing in background on that record is Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. I never told Clive that. Right. And Whitney's daughter was in the studio, and I looked the way she loved her daughter so much, and I sampled her daughter singing, when you hear My Love's Your Love, she say, sing, mommy. So that was just me sampling her daughter just to show you how much love that she got for her daughter. And I start to produce the session, and Whitney's like, if tomorrow's judgment day, and I'm on it on the front line. And I hear a note, my homie, and my beautiful women, and the note sounds flat to me. So as a producer, the note sounds flat to me. But that's Whitney Houston. How the fuck I'm going to tell Whitney Houston, you flat, this ain't gonna happen. But producers, always remember, you're the coach, and your job is to always take it to the championship. And your destiny is always based on your honesty. So I go for it.
I like that.
I was a little smoked out. I went for it. I was like, Whitney, that note is a little flat. And she was like, baby, it's not flat. I just bent the note. Fam, I went back and I heard the note. It wasn't flat. Whitney Houston bent the note. You see what I'm saying? So as producers, what I want y'all to do, always leave room for imagination in the studio. That's the only way you're going to get magic.
How are you able to resonate now in what's going on right now in music at its current stage?
Okay, so music at its current stage, when you leave the hip-hop radar, unless you got a song at the radio, no one's paying attention. So you know, I'm at the World Cup with 1 billion people.
Right.
And I wrote the World Cup anthem. And here goes how music changed. So I'm in the room, and Shakira comes in the room, then Rihanna comes in the room, you know? And Rihanna got nothing but love for me. And she's like, yo, Clef, you know, she's like, I'm so happy you're doing music again. I need some reggae, I need some reggae, I need some reggae. This was our conversation. We leave, and it's not even a year later, I hear work, 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 and all of that. So for me, coming back into music, the first EP I got coming out is called Juve. The Juve is Caribbean inspired, you know what I mean? So it's sort of like, for me, coming back right now is so natural because it's like all of the kids, the Caribbean music, even from Justin, like I remember Justin Bieber stopped six Suburbans, pull out Clef, you gotta listen to my album. Everyone is so tropical out right now. They so reggae out, they so carnival 1997. So everyone that's gonna pick up the Juve, we have original beats, original rhythm. We doing compa, we doing reggae, we doing soca, but we doing it in our own way. So we want everybody to look out for that. It's gonna be crazy.
Once again, man, make some noise for Wyclef Jean. So right now, somebody has a song that is named after you. Do you want to speak on that, please?
Okay, so Young Thugger.
Yes.
So
Jeffrey.
Okay. So we in the new generation, right? So now you in the new generation, and if you look up Thugger's mixtape, Jeffrey's mixtape, and you go, the first song's called Wyclef Jean. So some of y'all's like, damn, well, what the hell is Jeffrey's connection with Wyclef? This thing don't mix. This is where you miss it. You see, artists that grow up with music, they can relate to music. You see what I'm saying? Everyone in here can relate to music. So if you do good music, they're going to find you. So I got a chance to go in Atlanta with Thugger and Jeffrey. I walk in, he knew more about me than I knew about myself. You know what I mean? The Haiti tatted on his shirt, his daughter's name Haiti. So it was nothing but love, you know what I'm saying? So this is how we embrace the young generation. So for me to be like 40-something, and for Thugger to be like, yo, this my mixtape. One joint called Wyclef, the other's called Kanye featuring Wyclef. So for me, it's important that we embrace the new generation. And the idea of the sonics of the music has become so much simpler. When we was doing it, it was like 40, 50 tracks. Everything now is narrowed down to 5 or 6 tracks. It's all about sonics. Now, I see some people in my generation when I'm in the barbecue, and the kids, they don't know what, you know, the kids are like, you know, and they say, what is this stuff? This stuff is not music. What is this crap the kids are listening to? Keep in mind, they used to tell us the exact same thing, so we have to keep up with the time. So shout out to Jeffrey, you know, for making me cool to my 12-year-old daughter.
Listen, man, so speaking of that, hold on. So what does Hendrix mean to you?
Okay, so how many people like Jimi Hendrix, right? Jimi Hendrix is so cool. If you haven't heard Jimi Hendrix, listen to Jimi Hendrix. So one record, just to make it official, I'm officially signed to a small label called Heads Music. This is the CEO right here, Madeline Nelson.
Give it up for Maddie. What up, man?
Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I was in the studio with Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine knows how I do. He trained me. Clive Davis trained me, Donnie Ienner trained me, and I have to tell y'all, as a CEO and exec, I respect this woman because she bringing me back into the modern time. So respect to you, Madeline Nelson. Speaking of that, so I'm in the studio, and I got an idea. It's called acoustic trap, right? And what is that? So what I started doing was playing live instruments against the trap sonics at 140. And then, so for me, the record I did with the acoustic trap is called Jimi Hendrix, and it's a record of choice. You know, when my cousin got his first tech, I was playing Jimi Hendrix in the basement. All I wanted to be was a rock star, and all he wanted to be was an Escobar. It's just the idea. So now when the kids hear this record, to a 19-year-old kid, Wyclef Jean's a brand new rapper. Already. He's like, oh, that's the Wyclef that Thugger was talking about. Y'all heard that Hendrix stuff? When they listen to it, the idea of the record is the idea of choice. I want everybody in here to know that you have a choice. You don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to carry guns. Ain't no rapper in the industry more gangster than me. I could probably take a firearm and put it back together quicker than any rapper that's talking about guns. But why promote that to the youth? Give them a little something more than that. And that's what the song Hendrix is about.
So listen, right before we get into that, right, I want to say something to you. I've been able to travel with you for the last like 2 months. What I know about you that's different from most artists is, regardless, you shake every hand, take every picture, and give everybody a hug. Why do you think you do that and some of these artists don't? Some of the current artists don't.
Well, I mean, they don't do that because they don't. It all goes down to, I guess, my mother and my father. You feel me? My mother and my father always told me, when you walk into a room, shake everybody's hand because you don't know who's who, right? So in Haiti, my grandmother, where she lived at, every Sunday,
Every gangster that was a gangster was in my grandmother's house in Haiti eating. Gangsters was eating, police was eating, politicians was eating. And my grandmother always told me the first thing to life is to show everybody respect, because you never know where you're going to end up, right? So it don't matter if I have a song on the radio, if I'm not. The reason why I stay relevant is people like to see me come back. People want to see me win. It's just because I'm a nice guy. Earlier you was like, yo, Clef sold 100 million records, and some people look like, really? Yes, the Fuji, Shakira, Marie. I made so many people go diamond so many times, but because of my simplicity and good looks, you know, sometimes, you know, that, and my humor, of course, as a natural comedian, that bypass. But for me, it boils down to the respect, you know what I'm saying? And me and my brother up here, he's on Juve too. He produced one of the records.
You didn't say that, Raymo. Give it up for DJ Raymo, ladies and gentlemen. You kept that a secret. Y'all kept that a secret.
So how incredible is this? So we here, and Raymo goes to the studio, and we start to work on this Remy thing, and out of nowhere, we come up with a record. That's the magic. So once again, follow Head's music, and please send us music, send us beats. You feel like you're the future. You know, we're going to definitely take our time to listen. We want to thank Remy, Philippe, everybody. Thank you for having us. And you see, not only is he the CEO, his beautiful wife, they also speak French. You understand? So it's important that all you thugs, y'all got to know more than English. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're trying to make big money, you got to learn these languages, okay? Chinese, Nihonma, Korean, French. Comment vas-tu? That's all you need to tell Philip. He's right there when you see him. He might give you 100 grand. Just say comment vas-tu. You know?
I need to learn that thing.
It's called comment vas-tu, Philippe.
I need to learn that, Philippe. I got to be a guy.
This is the original version of the record that's online right now. Over millions of streams, and we're just getting started. It's called Hendrix. Check it out.
Oh, I'ma do this one for my homies gone. The judge hit the hammer, they ain't coming home. We all are from the danger zone. The devil pulled the card and he said choose one. I chose music, my homies chose, yeah. Some of my ballers chose it in the 80s. Cuz was on the block, man, they gang bang. Funeral parlors making all the change, yeah. When my cousin got his first tech, I was playing Jimi Hendrix in the basement. All I wanted to be was a rock star, and all he wanted to be was an Escobar. El Chapo, see, El Chapo, see. All he wanted to do was be El Chapo, see, El Chapo, El Chapo, see. All he wanted to do was be El Chapo. Gone till November, he ain't coming back. I was talking about my homies, man, that's so crack. Caught in the trap, hit from the back, they hit the steel. Like the hour boy that's hitting on the dollar bill. Welcome to the rotten apple, the city of lights. No matter how they shine, it can't steal the nights. Cause when the ghost knock, just before you guess, red dot at your chest, the eagles raid the cuckoo's nest. Better be with them artillery packs, they be jumping like Jeff when they jump out the box. That's the sound of the gap, they be flying through the air like Empire back. Straight from the back, when they attack in the middle of night, when you up in the trap. You keep on bucking, they bucking you back in the middle of bucking, somebody get flat. Oh, I'ma do this one for my homies gone. The judge hit the hammer, they ain't coming home. We all are from the danger zone. The devil pulled the card and he said choose one. When my cousin got his first tech, I was playing Jimi Hendrix in the basement. All I wanted to be was a rock star, and all he wanted to be was an Escobar. El Chapo, see, El Chapo, see. All he wanted to do was be El Chapo, see, El Chapo, El Chapo, see. All he wanted to do was be El Chapo. Gone till November, he ain't coming back. I was talking about my homies, man, that's so crack. Caught in the trap, hit from the back, they hit the steel. Like the hour boy that's hitting on the dollar bill. Welcome to the rotten apple, the city of lights. No matter how how they shine, it can't steal the nights. Cause when the ghosts knock, knock, just before you guess, red dot at your chest, the eagles raid the cuckoo's nest. Better be with them artillery packs, they be jumping like Jack when they jump out the box. Rat-tat-tat-tat, that's the sound of the gap, they be flying through the air like Empire Bat. Straight from the back, when they attack in the middle of night, when you up in the trap, you keep on bucking, they bucking you back in the middle of bucking, somebody get flat. Oh, I'ma do this one for my homies gone. Now, the city of lights, no matter how they shine, it can't steal the nights. Cause when the ghosts knock, knock, just before you hit the hammer, they ain't coming home. We all are from the danger zone.